let them hear you purr. Because you're so loud. Love you. Hi everybody. Welcome to the show. Today is episode 154. Welcome to my knitting channel. I guess today is the episode all about dog sweaters because I have a million dog sweaters to show you. I actually only have like 3, I think. But I made more than that. But I made the same one and I unraveled it like 4 times and remade it. So, okay. Today, I started doing this as while I'm editing as like, pay attention, cut here, edit. So sometimes I just do it as like a break or clear my head or cut all of that because I went on a tangent for some reason. I have finished objects and whips for you. I did have some squishy mail, but it's discontinued, so I don't really want to share it with you because you can't buy it. But Simply Socks had like a last batch of their Dream in Color extra big sock skeins, and so I just picked up 2 more. I have like 3 that I haven't even used yet, but it's a skein and a half, so it's 150 grams, I think. But anyway, I don't like to make you jealous and like, ooh, I want that, and then oops, you can't get it because they're not making anymore, I guess. But they might still have some. I don't know. I got my hair cut yesterday, and I haven't had my hair cut in almost 2 years because I had the giant undercut, and then the rest of my hair was down past my tuchus. So, since I started out, I mean, that sucked because I had to grow out all of both sides and an undercut. So I have so much hair that I think that left me with like regular amount of hair that most people have. My hair is so thick, but it's really, really thin. So it doesn't do anything. It won't hold a curl. It won't do anything but lay limply there because my hair's actually wavy, but it's like when it's wet, it's so wavy. And then when it dries, it like the weight of it is just like, so I do not like my hair unless it's very, very long. And then it's just, you're an abnormality because you have really, really long, I mean really long, like past your waist long hair. I don't mean like, like Crystal Gale. Crystal Gale was the first record I had, was Crystal Gale, Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue. And I remember the cover of that album, and she just had hair to the floor. And I was like, that's possible? Because my mother had very short hair. My mother had a pixie cut forever. And she wanted me to have a pixie cut too because I was firstborn and I looked the most like her. I was like her mini-me, Crystal Gale. So ever since I saw that, I don't know how old I was, 3, 4, I don't know. My first 45 was Pat Benatar, Hit Me With Your Best Shot. I remember playing that over and over with the lipstick case. I should not have been listening to that song when I was that little, but that's explains some things about me. I love Pat Benatar. I freaking love Pat Benatar. I wanted to be in the Love is a Battlefield video, like that whole, the dance they're doing and that weird outfit she's got on. Freaking loved it. Oh my God. Legend of Billie Jean. Do you remember that movie? Whatever. It doesn't matter. Stop getting sidetracked. So anyway, Crystal Gale. Google her. She has really, really super long hair. So I'd never seen that before because my mother had always had pixie cuts. I never knew women had really, really long hair. We did not have family near us. We moved a lot. Until I went to school, which was in Ohio, we moved a lot in between there. And the only other person I remember seeing was a close family friend that I consider more a mother than my mother. she had shorter hair too. So I had never seen a woman with long hair other than like a TV and movie. So I didn't think it actually existed in real life. But for my entire life, I wanted long, long hair. And then when I was 13, I was finally allowed to do what I wanted. And I've had long hair ever since. So cutting the mohawk into my hair first and then cutting an undercut after that was really, really hard because my hair was really long when I did it. And I don't like having short hair. So the last 2 years of having shorter hair has done a number on my like self-esteem and my self-image and stuff like that. So this is about the haircut I had 20 years ago. And I had the mohawk for like 10 years. I don't know it's not a mohawk, but I don't know what else to call it to give you the idea of what it was. But I mostly wear my hair in a bun anyway when it's that long. Or I leave it down to like kind of be a freak of nature. And I think also to let other little girls know that you can grow your hair this long. But I think they see it on TikTok now. I don't think it's as weird as it used to be. And I'm very stubborn because I'm a Taurus. I'm very stubborn. So if I want long hair, I will not touch my hair. I haven't touched my hair other than to, as this grew out, I would, as it grew out longer, I was cutting my long hair to catch up with it. So I've had like this mushroom hair where everything's one length, so it's humongous because I have all this hair. So I just went yesterday to get just layers cut-ins, and I'm like, oh, so much nicer to not have all that hair on my head. Like my neck doesn't hurt so bad. So do you want to look at finished objects first? This is the first one. I still have things in it because I'm remaking the pattern right now. It's a whip. And I need to make sure that some of the measurements are correct before I take them out. But it's been blocked and it fits and everything. So we finally got, this is for Pops. We finally got this dog sweater down. And I changed it because the last one I had done the, this part actually, I'm going to show you this one because this is Brody's, and this is the size of my dog's. Pops is like 5 pounds and Brody is like 9 or 10. But a lot of their things are quite more similar. Like this area below this is the same. This is the same length under the front legs to the end of the rib cage is the same length. Isn't that hilarious? Oh. It's the same. His has even more in because I haven't done his second one yet, but I've made progress on his second one. I also changed the increases. The first one had center double increases, and I didn't like them, so I swapped those out for KYOKs, just because I didn't like the way the one side looked different than the other, and I wanted to, and plus the KYOKs are easier to make for me, and I think they block out better. See, these blocked out better, and I could block that out better. But the center double increases, one side looked way different than the other side, and I didn't want them to look different. I wanted to look the same. And if there are little holes up at the neck, it doesn't matter. It's still decorative, and I still did the 2 stitches in between. Well, actually, this is going to be 4, right? Because it's KYOK. Yeah, there's an extra knit stitch on each side. Doesn't matter. So I started at the collar, and I think I did 12 rounds of 2x2 ribbing, and then I did the KYOK increase every other stitch because I was doing it, every other row. I was doing it every 3rd row, and that gave me too much length, so I switched it to every other row. which brought me to here faster. Then I increased the number here in between their front legs. And then we work here. When I get to this is also 2x2 ribbing. This is worked in the round from here to here. So when I get here, I did an even odd number. So I ended with pearls. End with pearls. So it's 2x2, but it's a 2x2 plus 1 because there's an extra pearl on that you begin with. And these went on a lower or a smaller. This is done in a 4. This ribbing is done on a 3.5 to pull it in and hug it under the rib cage for the boy dogs. Okay, and then you bind off here. I do Jenny's surprisingly stretchy bind off both places. I do the stretchy bind off here too because I'm going to put sleeves on. And then once that's done, then you're working flat for the rest. You bind off these. I again did this Jenny's surprisingly stretchy bind off. I did it on the same needle size, the 3.5. Usually I go up a needle size before I do the surprisingly stretchy bind off, like especially if I'm doing shawls, I'll do it a size up. But because I wanted this to be stretchy, but I also wanted it to come back in and hug the tum-tum so they don't pee on it. Anyway, then this is done side to side. I did something new here. I did a different kind of I-cord. I didn't do it like Steven does it. I did it where you knit one, slip one with yarn in front, knit on the right side, and then on the wrong side you slip one with yarn in front, knit one, and slip with yarn in front. So it's a little bit thicker on the edge, and it's not rolling. And then what I did here was I decreased every other row and then every row to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 decreases. Well, not total. 10 total. 10? No. Yeah. So the last 2 decreases. I'm just going to take a picture of my pattern and put it, because the pattern's mine. The pattern is specifically mine. I used a couple different parts of different ones, but they were all custom, so it was like a recipe. It wasn't no stitch counts, nothing. So these are my stitch counts and everything, because I have to know how to make this because my dogs wear a lot of sweaters. They're all going to get, starting with 2 sweaters for everybody. This one doesn't count. I'm making him 2 more. This was just like a prototype, because I can undo this and dye it and use it again. So then I did, when I got here, I did a setup round for the ribbing, 2x2 ribbing, all throughout 2x2 ribbing. So you have to make sure there's, well, I didn't really care. I just kind of smudged it, just make sure it was, I smudged on the ends because you're still decreasing on that one end. And then the second, so you do the decrease. I did, for the decreases, I did knit 1, slip 1 with yarn in front, and then that next knit 1 stitch, I actually did knit 2 together. And then when I got to the end, I did an SSK, slip 1 with yarn in front, and knit the last stitch. And then other than that, I just kept to a 2x2 ribbing. And then the next step is, I again started with that same decrease. Then I went to the last 4 and did short rows, 4 stitch short rows, until I had like 6 stitches left on the right side. Then you complete that, finish with the SSK, because you haven't done those last 4. So you work those last 4 with the decrease. Come back, just working as they're presented. And you don't, that's the purl row, so you don't do decrease. But the next row is your bind off. And I started that with a knit two together, and I ended it with an SSK. So that kept this edge, that curve on the edge, that this at the sides. See here. It kept the curve all the way in the back. Because Steven, I just saw in his Instagram today that he's working on a second pet knits. I have the first pet knits. I did not do, because he did the increases not on the chest, on the back, and I did not like how that fit my dog. But my dogs have a different body shape than his dogs, and my dogs really look good in this type of increasing right on the breastplate right here. But you can do the rest of the things that way. Like you can just take his stitch pattern and plug it into this, which is what I did. This gives the same look to his, which I really love the look of the bottom of his, the way they have, but he does this in the round. But because this is so, I did, on my last one, I did leave these on I left these on the needles, and I worked in the round and did all of this in the round, and I did not like it as much, and it just didn't fit as good. This fits really, really well. I might change my mind later, I don't know, but this is what I decided to do, because fitting boys is so much harder than fitting girls. It's so much harder. If you don't want them to be on their sweater, you have to have this go at it has to hug their rib cage. It has to come up and hug it, and it's perfect. But then, in order to get the rest of the length, that's a lot of length left to finish, to hit almost the tail, and to cover up the side of their thigh and back, you know? So I like to get as much coverage for them as possible because they go outside in the snow in these to pee, and I want them to be warm. So I guess if you live in a warm climate, it wouldn't matter if this would cover the backs, but because they go outside and they're big freeze babies, they're just like me, they hate the cold. So I also have rain slickers for them if it's raining. And we have ones that have like fleece on the underside to go out when it's snowing. But it's too hard to really take their sweater off, put the coat on, and then send them out. So I got the coats to go over these because it gets brutal out here, like minus degrees out here. It gets really, really cold. So this is, I keep calling my dogs by the wrong names. Like I've had so many dogs that I can't keep track of them. This is Brody's. His is going to be made in this dark green that I told you was, I think, praying mantis or something. This is all willow yarns daily. This is like mantis or praying mantis. It's gorgeous, very dark green. I freaking love this color. It's bluey. It's a bluey. It's not a warm green. It's like a bluey, cool green. Like it very much. So his is gonna be next, and then he's getting one in this color because I have enough of it to make two. So they'll have matching ones. So this is Pops's first, and then this is Pops's second one, which is the first color I was making. If you remember, this is the first color. I made this like 5-6 times. I don't know. But he looks so cute in this green. This is a warmer green. This is Leafy Heather, Willow Yarns Daily Leafy Heather, and it's a warm yellowy green, and it's heathered. It's very pretty. This is, I don't remember. I told you last time. I don't have the thing, so I don't remember. It's also my Ravelry. What? Oh. So, yeah, this is Pops's second color. So I messed this up twice already, because first I did it with 40 stitches, which is how it originally was, and then I had to go down to 36 because everything was just too big. So it's supposed to be 36, and I did 32. And I was like, why is this so small? And then I got all the way through to here, bound off, and did here, and I was like, why do I have 48 stitches? I should have 52 stitches or something like that. And I'm like, this is wildly off. And I was like, are you, so at the same point in both sweaters I messed up, one when I had too many stitches, one when I had too few stitches. I messed up at the same point. So this time, when I finished the ribbing of the neck, I counted it again. I've counted the stitches on this like 3 times now, just to make sure I'm ready. And it looks like I just started the ribbing. So just started the ribbing. So hopefully when I bind off the ribbing, I'll have the correct number, and then it's very, very quick to finish this little bit up. So then I should have everything figured out. And then after that, it's Nuck's sweater, and she's 40 pounds, I think. She's also a girl, so I might do more of the Stephen West, the short row ribbing in the round. I'll probably do that for hers, because the length from her back leg to the back of the end of her back is probably that able to do that. I'm wondering if his pet, I gotta see how her body is shaped, because my dogs are both Chihuahuas. Brody is 3/4 Chihuahua and Pops is 100% Chihuahua. So their bodies are similarly shaped, but Brody is a little bit, he has like that barrel chest of a min pin. So his chest is different, and he's a little bit bigger, but he's not, I don't feel like he's much bigger. I think he's 9 pounds, which is like 4. Pops is like 5 to 6, and Brody I think is 9. So that's 3 to 4 pounds different. Oh my God, the kitten is sleeping like this with his paws up over his face, and I can't. He's so freaking cute. I can't stand it. My whip. I have well, other than the dog sweater, I started a hexagon cardigan. I'm sure you guys have seen these everywhere. You've seen these everywhere, right? Because of Jason Momoa and Jack Black. Everyone's seen that Treat Yourself crochet, right? That's who did this. Her pattern's on Etsy. But I got real upset because in everything I saw of him, of Jason Momoa, I can't believe I'm talking about Jason Momoa. In every interview I saw him talk about, this is who made it. This is who made it. Treat yourself crochet. That's who made them. And everyone in all of my groups is like, Jason Momoa crochets. I'm like, do none of you people understand? No, he doesn't. He had these made. I saw them on her thing when she was saying, like teasing them, like you'll never guess where these go. These are going to someone special. Can't wait for you to see them. And then I didn't even recognize them when I saw them. And then I was like, when he said treat yourself crochet, I was like, I know who that is. I mean, I don't know her, but I was like, I follow them. Because she has great colors, but I didn't see any gothy colors. And so I did, you've seen this color before with my blanket cardigan. This is Patton's worsted emerald, which I don't think they make anymore. And I overdyed, I resist overdyed it black. And then I have just some of their black. So I'm doing 2 rows with the green resist over dye, and then 2 rows with just regular Patton's worsted black. Patton's Classic worsted. I don't know. Anyway, can we get back to this cardigan? I just want you to know, when you see an edit, it's because I edited out. I was ranting about something ridiculous and I edited it out, just so you're aware. So I'm nowhere near finished with this because I work on it when I'm between dog sweaters. Like, I don't remember, but like, oh right, I think I wet it. I finished one and then blocked it and was waiting for it to dry to try on, and I needed something to make, so I started this. I was on the fence on whether I wanted a hexi-cardi because I hate when things are trendy, but I think black and green. You know how I am, black and green. Typo negative, right? Forever. Stay negative. I have such a hard time coming up with like goth colorways because, or like anything, because I just want it to be black, right? But then you see like that dark purple, I mean the dark green, right? Or you see a dark purple. And I'm like, wouldn't that be great? That would be great. This dog sweater would be great with some just plain black. Wouldn't that be nice and moody? Maybe I could make like a gothic rainbow that was just green, blue, black, and green, blue, purple, and pink. Because well, maybe red, I don't know. But like, you can't really get a goth yellow. That's just, even a mustard yellow is not going to fit, I don't think. Maybe. But to me, mustard is a warm color, and I feel like it wouldn't fit. And then you get into like, especially if I want to put a pink in there. And then what's your goth orange? Like the red can be burgundy, but then if you got the burgundy next to your purple, it's not going to look right. So I like to put a pink in between. Then you can do a nice dark raspberry pink next to your purple, pink, maroon, then just go right to the green. But sometimes that looks a little too like Thanksgiving colors, you know what I mean? So I have a hard time coming up with goth stuff that isn't just black, which is what I want to do all the time. I want it to all be black all of the time. But sometimes I want moody colors, and I don't know how to get the moody colors. Like, I don't. And like, no one does that. I can't find anyone doing any of that. So that is all I have for you today. I'm just finishing dog sweaters. It's like dog sweater central over here. I'm finishing all the dog sweaters, and then I'm not looking forward to Nux because it's going to take me so much longer to get done, because 40 pounds is way bigger than 10 pounds. It's good. It's cherry punch. It's very good. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. So I don't think I have anything coming up. My next big project, once I get Nux sweater done and I finish the hexagon cardigan, it's probably gonna be some type of cardigan that I haven't found yet. I do have the yarn. I have the yarn. It is Cascade something. I got a pack of it from Little Knits. They always get me with their sales every time. Every time. And then I get whatever colors the most available and the cheapest, and then I dye it black. Because whatever. But it's blue, so I could probably do purple, but I don't know if I'll do purple or if I just do black. But I still haven't found a cardigan pattern. I have not been looking because we did all of this furniture. I've been obsessed with furniture shopping. Let me get out of here before I go on another rant. And I gotta check my bread. It's probably almost ready. And it's lunchtime for the dogs, which is probably why he's being a pain, because you're hungry. Are you hungry? Are you hungry? Are you hungry? You're so beautiful. Isn't he beautiful? Look at him. Look at this baby. His name is Davos. Sir Davos Seaworth. Sir Davos, what is it? Master of Ships. Because I had to stay with the whole Game of Thrones of Brienne. Lady Brienne. No, she was Lady Brienne of Tarth, and then she was Sir Brienne, Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. She's still Sir Brienne, Knight of the... No, now she is Hand of the King. I think she might be back to being Lady Brienne. I forgot. Lady Brienne, Hand of the King. Is she Hand... No, she... What is she? I don't remember. Because Tormund Giantsbane was my favorite. He's gone. Now you're here. You're very fun. I like you very much. So, Davos. He's not as big of a troublemaker as Tormund, but mostly because Tormy used to pounce and bite my feet as I walked. Like he would wait for me, not anybody else, just me. He would hide and wait for me, and then he would pounce and bite my feet. And he doesn't bother my feet at all. Stop. He doesn't bite which I'm very glad for, because my feet are always in pain too. So, especially since that fall I took last winter, I took a fall, and it hurt my foot real bad, so it always hurts. So, how are you doing? You're so sweet. Oh my God, I just frickin' cannot get out. I can't get out of here. So let me leave before I start another rant or some ridiculous. What are you doing? I have to feed the animals. They are hungry, and it's lunchtime. So say goodbye, Davos. Say goodbye, Davos. Okay. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you next time. Bye.